Serena Joy may not wear the red robes of a handmaid, but she is one of the most dangerous figures in the Handmaid's Tale.
If I get trouble, believe me, I will give trouble back.
As the woman who helped build Gilead and then became trapped by it, Serena's story is one of hypocrisy, ambition, and eventual downfall. In this deep dive, we explore her rise, her manipulation of power, and the painful collapse of her own empire.
You know, what you do and what we do together is so terrible. It's terribly hard, and
Serena Joy is one of the most fascinating and polarizing characters in The Handmaid's Tale. Her story is not simply one of power and privilege, but of contradictions, hypocrisy, and the eventual collapse of her ambitions. As a woman who actively participated in the creation of Gilead, only to find herself imprisoned by the very system she helped design, Serena's journey is both tragic and richly complex. This video will explore her rise and fall, examining her motivations, her manipulations, her relationships, and her ultimate downfall. Throughout this expanded analysis, we will revisit the elements of her story you know, but also expand on them, her psychology, her symbolism, and the broader themes she represents. By the end, we'll not only understand Serena Joy as an individual, but also as a mirror of Gilead itself. Serena, before Gilead. Before Gilead, Serena Joy was not a silent, submissive wife. She was a public figure, a speaker, and a woman who openly advocated for the return of traditional gender roles. This irony is central to understanding her downfall. She wanted a world where women returned to the home, away from careers and public life, yet she herself thrived in those very spaces. Her speeches, books, and ideology laid the groundwork for the society that would later become Gilead. In her pursuit of influence, Serena ignored the dangers of the world she was helping to create. She believed she would hold a privileged position within it, and in many ways she did. But she also discovered too late that her voice and agency were sacrificed to the same rules she had endorsed. The architect of Gilead. Serena's fingerprints are everywhere in Gilead. She is not simply the wife of Fred Waterford. She was instrumental in shaping the ideology of the regime. Through her writings and her political influence, she helped to build the foundation of a patriarchal theocracy that sought to control women at every level. What makes Serena so compelling is her blindness, or perhaps willful ignorance, to the consequences of her actions. She assumed that by aligning herself with male power, she would be protected. But Serena's story demonstrates the dangers of building systems of oppression. Those who construct cages for others may find themselves trapped within them. Hypocrisy, power, and control. At the heart of Serena Joy's character is hypocrisy. She preached modesty and obedience for women, yet she constantly sought power for herself. She advocated for silence, but resented being silenced. She wanted control over others, but bristled when control was taken from her. This duality is part of what makes her so dangerous. Serena uses her role as wife to maintain power over the handmaids, exerting cruelty and dominance over June and others in the household. Yet, when the tables are turned, she plays the victim. Her ability to shift between oppressor and oppressed allows her to survive in ways others cannot, but it also exposes her contradictions. Serena versus June. Perhaps the most defining relationship in Serena's story is her rivalry with June. Their dynamic is complex. They are enemies, allies, mirrors, and sometimes even reluctant partners. Serena often projects her own frustrations onto June, punishing her for the freedoms she lost in Gilead. At the same time, she envies June's courage, her voice, and her ability to fight back in ways Serena no longer can. There are moments when Serena shows compassion toward June, helping her in small ways. But these moments are often self-serving, designed to advance Serena's own goals. Their relationship is a constant push and pull, a reminder that Serena is both victim and villain. Through June, we see Serena's contradictions laid bare. The downfall of Serena Joy. Serena's downfall comes not as a sudden collapse, but as a slow unravelling. Her attempts to assert power, whether by manipulating Fred, exploiting June, or negotiating her own deals, always backfire. Every step she takes to protect herself leads her deeper into the cage of Gilead's patriarchal system. Her desire for motherhood becomes both her greatest vulnerability and her ultimate undoing. The irony of Serena's journey is that the very society she helped to build robs her of the things she desires most: freedom, respect, and agency. She becomes not the architect of Gilead, but its prisoner. Expanded analysis, symbolism, and psychology. Serena Joy is not just a character, she is a symbol. She represents the dangers of internalized oppression, of women who enforce patriarchal systems in the belief that they will benefit. Her story warns us that aligning with oppressive power does not guarantee safety, it guarantees complicity. Psychologically, Serena is driven by a mixture of ambition, insecurity, and resentment. She resents losing her voice in the new world she helped build, yet cannot admit her role in creating it. She oscillates between cruelty and vulnerability, making her one of the most human, yet most dangerous characters in the series. In the end, Serena Joy's story is one of tragic irony. She built a system that promised stability, only to find herself trapped within it. Her rise and fall serve as both a cautionary tale and a mirror to the contradictions of power and gender. Serena Joy is neither purely villain nor purely victim. She is both, and that is what makes her unforgettable. Thank you for watching this deep dive into Serena Joy. If you enjoyed this exploration, please subscribe for more Handmaid's Tale character analyses and don't miss the next video.